Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I am bringing you my mini handbag treat. So it is what it says, it is a mini handbag. As you can see, I've used velcro dots to close mine together, but it is a pretty good size, and you'd get a decent little treat or treats inside there. As I say, it sort of closes together with velcro. You could use magnets if you wanted to, or even just a decorative little clip maybe at the top. And I've actually been really brave and used some of the gilded leafing, I think that's right, yes, on this flower. Not really played with it that much, and I thought it was about time I got it out and had a play. You'll also notice that this ribbon looks quite thin. I've simply sliced down the centre of one piece, so it is actually just double length of ribbon that I've just cut in half, but I'll show you how I did it all anyway. And then we've got this beautiful embossing folder, which I love as well. Not used embossing folders for a while. So let's go ahead and make it. So the one I previously made, this one is Rich Razzleberry, and this one is going to be Bermuda Bay. I wanted a colour that was going to go quite well with gold, and I wasn't sure if this would, but I think it'll be okay. So to start off with then, we're going to need a piece of cardstock that is 11.5 by 8 or 29 by 20 centimetres. I'm just going to sort my notes out here because the sun's shining on them. So on the long side, we're going to score at 4 3/4 and 6 3/4, and in centimetres that will be 12 and 17. And then on the short side, we're going to score at 2 and 6, and that will be 5 and 15 centimetres. We're then going to rotate it back onto the long side, and I'm just wanting to score 1/2 inch, but I'm sort of going to do it more heavily on this midsection. So you don't need to worry if you do score on these panels, because they're going inside and you won't see them anyway. So I just want to go 1/2 inch and just score across that top panel. Can you just see there? And that will be 1 centimetre. Okay, so we'll fold and burnish, and then we can do some cutting. So fold these all over. Okay, and then trying to remember now. So with the short side facing you, it doesn't matter which end, we're going to cut down this long edge here. Oops, that went a little bit skew-whiff then. Same this side. And then again the same on the other short side, so down the long score line. Okay, then once you've done that, you need to cut a fraction off these, so probably, I don't know, about 1 inch, 1.5 inches maybe, so maybe just a couple of centimetres. You don't want to take too much off, because when you spin this round the correct way, you need to have this edge here so that they have space to join together. So yeah, so don't trim them too short, but enough so that they overlap. That was the word I was looking for. And then obviously that just comes up to create the base of your bag. But I want to do my embossing folders next, because I want to stick them on while my box is flat, because it makes it a bit easier. So I've got 2 pieces here, and these are 3 3/4 by 4 inches or 10.5 by 9.5 centimetres. I'm using the Parisian Flourish embossing folder, and I'm just gonna, so I find when I'm embossing cardstock that I just use one of my spritzers, and I just give it a little soaking, if you like. Just like you're spraying perfume really, a couple of little bursts. It just loosens up the fibres in the card and stops them becoming broken when you're embossing. Okay, so I'm going to need the big boy for this. So I have plate 1 and plate 4 because this is a 3D embossing folder. I then actually am going to use the grey plate to put my embossing folder on, and then I'm just looking at my patterns here, top and bottom, because I just want to make sure that I get the centre of the image. So I'm happy that I've now got the centre. Open this up, and as I say, this is why I need the big one, because these embossing folders won't fit through the mini. Always put your hinge in first, and then I'm just going to run this through, and then I need to do exactly the same with the second piece, and as you can see that's pretty much quite central with the pattern. So I'm going to do exactly the same again here. So I just want to put this on here, check I've got it central, and then turning it round now, because I'm just going to go back through this way with it. And through again. Take these out of the way, just put this on the floor, and there's my second panel. Put this out of the way as well, bring this back in. So when I'm putting embossing panels on a card, I always put my tape on all 4 sides, because it does tend to change. For some reason it doesn't bend the card, but when you try and lie it flat, if I just adhered these ends, get it the right way round, this might very well raise up. So I always just put it on all 4 sides, and you'll notice I'm using my Seal Plus. It's still a love-hate relationship, but I have foolishly run out of my normal seal. I literally have that left. I have an order in, I'm just waiting for it. But yeah, foolishly I got carried away doing all of my videos and then suddenly realised I had no adhesive left. So I'm having to use Seal Plus. So still a love-hate, but it does its job, so I will give it the benefit of the doubt. Okay, so once I've done those, pop them on my box, on my bag, sorry. And then, as I say, it is just a case of folding this up. So if you've got, like I have here, the edge here that where my score line was, I'm just going to cut that away, because I actually find that it stops my pieces sitting together nicely. And I literally just get my nail and mark where the overlapping is, and then I just put adhesive up to that point, and then I do the same on this side. Trying to think which way that's better. So that's there, a little mark with my nail again, just there. And then you simply put these together. And this one. Just make sure that your pieces are touching the desk when you put them together, and then you won't get any unevenness. And then again, just a very small, I actually use my scoring tool here just to make a small mark either side of the top of the box. And again, then just pop some more adhesive on there. There's my little mark, just there. And this will hold the sides up. Okay, so this is starting to take shape now. Pretty little bag. So where we did the score there, you just want to fold that outwards, because that is where it will sit together. Okay, so I've got my handles here which are 11.5 by half an inch, or 29 by 1.3, and then I'm using my bone folder here just to curl it. It just helps take the strain off the adhesive as well. And then excuse me, just add literally a tiny bit of adhesive, and I'm going to pop one there and one there, and then repeat for the back. And the good thing here as well is that if you put your handles, the base of, if you put the bag together, you will then be able to line up your handles, and you can also put the base of it on the score line, so both handles will always match up. Okay, give them a good squeeze. If you want to put a peg on them or anything just to hold them together while you're doing that, you can. I have some really pretty gilded gems here that I'm just using, if you like, as the little studs on the handle. And then pop that away. I have my lovely gold shimmer ribbon. So I'm initially making my bow. I do apologise if you can hear my washer. I've just realised how loud it actually is while it's spinning, but hopefully you can't hear it. Okay, so made my pretty bow, which I then cut with my dedicated ribbon scissors, and then I just got a couple of lengths like so. In fact, I'm fairly confident. Let's just undo that bow because I've realised I did that wrong. So 2 lengths of ribbon, and then I actually used this piece to tie around the centre of those pieces. Did I? No, I didn't. My goodness, I've completely forgotten how I did this. No, I did. I did tie it. So that's tied around the centre there, so they fall down like so. Then I do my bow. This will probably be trickier now because I have a short piece of ribbon, but there we go. So I'm going to hold those down out of the way while I sort this out. You sort of have to have octopus fingers here because you need to have several to sort each piece out, but once you've got it, there we go, that's not so bad. And then with these longer pieces here, I literally just got my ribbon scissors and cut straight up the centre. So it is a little bit fiddly, but I think it's worth it because it looks so pretty. And there's just these 2 bits here. Oh, crumbs. Shall we try and be brave and do 2 together? Yes. There we go. And that's how I got my tails. and then you just really need a glue dot or two to hold this in place in the centre. Okay, and then if you want to trim these to get them the same length, you can do. So that's that part done. And then all I need to do now is pop my velcro dots on. Where have I put those? Oh, they're down here. So these dots are, let me see, where's my ruler? They're the same ones that I use for most things. They are 1 centimetre in diameter, and you need to buy both hook and eye sections, and I'm just going to pop them just where my handles are. Stick that, and then this one can go on there. Crikey, they are so sticky. And then squeeze those together now, and that will hold my bag in place. And then I just need to decorate it with my my lovely little flower, which I didn't get my bit of white ready, so hopefully this is big enough. So I've gone with Art Gallery. And I've used markers for the previous flower, so I could get the green and the purple on there. So Old Olive, and then that's not it, Bermuda Bay. So I'm going to just quickly colour in the leaf and the stems. And then I use my Bermuda Bay to colour in those flowers. The secret is to try and be quite quick with this, because obviously you don't want that ink to dry out, but you equally need to be careful because you don't want to go over the green that you've already done either. Do these little flowers on here, and then you give it a very technical bit of breath and pop it on. And okay, it's not brilliant, however I don't need it to be, because the next part that I'm doing is using this little one here. So I need, first off, my Versamark to go over those flowers, just the 3 large ones. Then I need some heat and stick powder, and yes, I don't have a tray for this one, so I'm just gonna give that a little shake around and then tip it back into my pot. And then, whoops, I need to use my heat tool, and this will happen really quickly, so you can probably see the powder on there, and I heat it up and it becomes shiny and sort of a bit wet, if you like. And then I get this lovely gold leafing that generally goes everywhere, and just lay it on where you've got your heat and stick powder. So pop that bit on there, and then another bit on here, a little bit more just there. Don't be shy with it, stick it on wherever you feel you need it. And then I've got a couple of clean paint brushes here, and all I'm going to do is with this one is just brush off the excess, and then I'm going to very quickly just scoop that up and put it back in, which is why I said don't be shy with it, because you can just scoop it up and put it back in. And then I suggest you put the lid on, because it's crazy stuff and it will go everywhere. And then I've got this sort of firmer bristled brush here where I'm almost being a bit too rough with it. But if you get those bristles to sort of scratch at it, it will then pull away again the excess that you have, and you should then be left with a really pretty, I don't quite know why I've got it on the leaf, but never mind. And you're left with this lovely effect here. So let's move that, because all I need to do now is, I'm going to have gold over projects now all the day, aren't I? All through my day. But I'm just going to quickly grab my Floral Gallery dies and just want the die for that image. And then I'm just going to bring this back in, switch this over for my cutting plate. So the base is 1, I've got 2 and then 2 3s here. And I'm just going to pop this on, whiz it through the machine. Once I've lined it up, there we go. Whiz it through. And just, nearly sent one of the plates clattering to the floor. And I'm going to stick this on. Now, don't forget, today is a wonderful day. Today is the day that our new mini catalogue goes live. So, okay, I've not done a Christmas project, but I couldn't resist this one anyway. But last week I did do some projects that you will have seen hopefully on my blog and on Instagram, etc. And I will be bringing you, because we have 2nd edition of Celebration, I will be bringing you an extra card and video at the weekends for the whole of August and September whilst we have part 2 of Celebration. So you get extras from me for 2 months. How lucky are you? So yeah, if you don't have a catalogue and you would like one, by all means let me know. I can only send them out to France, Germany, Austria and the Netherlands. Unfortunately, they are the only places I can sell, but if you would like one and you live in those areas, then by all means get in touch and I'll pop one in the post to you. And there we go. There is my, oops, why is that handle popped off there? That is my mini handbag treat. Hope you like them. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye.